Hi, you guys. It's me. I am so giddy right now. I know we've had horrible news today. It's compounding and getting worse if you're watching the TV. I cannot even keep up with all the goodness based on this Mars retrograde and the divine feminine having justice, having her way. It's a bit mind-boggling. Like, I feel like I could do flip-flops. I'm just so excited. I'm like, I gotta jump into this stuff here, see what's going on. And I just started grabbing boxes of tarot cards. I don't know what I'm supposed to read on. Live. See, this is how impulsive I am with this reading tonight. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but there's just a lot going on, and there's like, the other day I zeroed in on Nancy's energies, and it was like she was wrapping stuff up, finishing something. And like tonight I get the sense that there's a real hustle and movement of stuff going on. But first of all, let me say this is for entertainment. Right now, the moon is 11 Cancer 31. It's an applying conjunction with the USA natal sun. Today, I was talking about Mars retrograde and the rise of the divine feminine. Mars retrograde, it's weak. I know a lot of people have making a lot of big deals about this because in Aries, it's squaring off with the stellium in Capricorn. But what it's done, because Mars went to sleep, it's not strong anymore. So what happens with our government, which is represented by the sign Capricorn? Donald has been using Mars to prop up so many stuff to make himself appear stronger. Same as the Russians. They use the false facade of strength when they're very weak. So when Mars, which is the planet that Donald exploits to be aggressive, to intimidate, to gaslight, to babble, to dominate, to suck all the air out of the room, to assault, to be a predator, to exploit, to steal. That's all Mars, asserting himself. That has trickled out into the Republican Party. It's trickled out into his cabinet. It's trickled out with all the world leaders that he works with. And they falsely prop each other up left and right, left and right. We all know how weak Donald is. Mars retrograde is asleep. It cannot defend. It cannot incite. It cannot fortify. The indefensible truly becomes indefensible. It cannot switch gears and go on to outrage. There isn't enough juice for that. And everywhere in this presidency where he has used that false outrage and manipulation to prop things up that are not built with integrity but just have a slap of paint on them, there's so much energy being put into those things to make them appear strong. All of those things have gone to sleep. Mars retrograde is seeing where one is not strong on the outside because all the energies are turned inward. You following me? Mars retrograde is not it shows us where one is weak. And part of true strength is being able to be strong when this is weak. That's where you, during times like that, see the integrity of things, the purpose and the action for things. Because anything less than that starts to fade away. It can't be, the falseness cannot be defended anymore. Meanwhile, the divine feminine is represented by Venus. She retrograded in May and she was weak. So she went to sleep so that that time is when we started to see the false propping up of things related to money. We saw where the weaknesses were with money. Mostly, we saw where the weaknesses were with one's values. They didn't exist. So since then, Venus has been orbiting and she's gotten her strength and she's up to speed. She no longer has Mars antagonizing her, manipulating her. She is in the driver's seat. She is the only planet from now until November 13th that is going to cover the most territory, the most ground. So she has the most say in everything that she's saying or doing. The sun is going to move from here to here. Mercury only is going to move in here. Mars is going backwards. It occupies this little space. But Venus, she has positioned beneath the horizon and above the horizon. She's going to cross 1, 2, 3 different signs, 25% of the zodiac. She's got it. And she's going to be in her dominion because she's so happy right here. This is her domain. So she's really strong. She gets to say what goes. So what we're seeing, not only is it the divine feminine protecting those things that the feminine naturally protects and nurtures, Venus rules Libra. Libra rules the scales of justice, and this is where she shines. Mars cannot intimidate an attorney general to stay on a case that is full of garbage. That attorney general is able to stand up. There's a lot happening here. The divine feminine. I'm going to show you how these connect. Remember when Jupiter was conjunct the galactic center back on November 19th? That is actually when Kamala Harris entered the stage. I connected that in my reading about It's Written in the Stars. So when Mars went retrograde, it was exactly 28 degrees. Where is it? 28 degrees, Aries retrograde. At Jupiter conjunct the galactic center, Jupiter in Sagittarius, the galactic center is the birthplace of the sun. It's a very powerful position in the cosmos that all ancient cultures knew about. But Mars is 28 degrees Aries, retrograding. The ascendant here is Mars 28 degrees. It is in a weird inconjunct angle. When you get these angles that are 150 degrees, they can't really make things work. It's like a lot of things have to happen before they click and make things work. Just like the angle, like when you draw a star, does that look like a star? No. Does this look like a star? No. Does this look like a star? Does this look, well, now you can kind of see that's going to make a star. That is one of those weird angles that can't do anything until things click in. That's kind of the power of Mars here. Scorpio on the ascendant is ruled by Mars. So Scorpio, and Mars was 0 degrees Scorpio. Hello. Oh my God. In a feminine sign. Holy cow. There's so much going on here. I'm just going to I'm not going to hyperventilate. But Mars right now at 28 degrees is kissing the trine to this 27 degrees Jupiter at the galactic center, which is pulling in Venus right there. This was the birth of the divine feminine. Her work is going to last over 12 years. And it's like that's what rewrites the power in our laws and our faith and our philosophy. She got to the galactic center first. It took Mars a while longer to get there. And if the sun represents the President of the United States, the feminine has, at the next election cycle, the feminine has the sun at her back, or it's rising before her. So that is how this Mars retrograde is tapping this Jupiter conjunct the galactic center with the divine feminine. With the moon right now, it's at 11 degrees. I said 11 degrees Cancer, kissing USA's sun. In fact, when Kamala was announced, I think Venus was conjunct the USA Venus, and at the convention, Venus was conjunct USA Sun. Can you feel that rising up there? What else was kissing the USA Sun? We have the vertex, which is where opportunity is invited in, things that are serendipitous, like the stage is set and forces come together and create magic permanently. And that vertex, that opportunity, is conjunct Kronos, the Uranian planet Kronos. That Kronos is like a crown, the king, conjunct the United States sun. And here, these are happening in this sector, the 8th house, life, death, transformation, shared resources, things that are taboo, things that are hidden, and espionage. So the divine feminine is absolutely very active. I am like speechless, once again, at the magicalness of these charts. Sometimes I will look at charts and literally be moved to tears because of what I see and the hope on the horizon. And this is one of those things. Outside it looks so scary, but in the ethers, this is what's coming. And that is why there is such a panic in Washington, D.C., literally throwing up flares and distractions in the form of fire and scandal and theft. They don't care. So I will make a list of all the things with Mars retro, divine feminine, and she is kicking butt. Like you went, you know what? I'm just going to tell you some examples right off the bat. An elected prosecutor has resigned his role on Trump's Presidential Commission on Law Enforcement, worried that its final report, which is due days before the election, will only widen the divisions in our nation. The divine feminine represents our values, and she will shine. This is an elected prosecutor for Trump. Mars, the masculine, went to sleep. Our values stood up. Deputy Assistant Attorney General David Morrell, a member of the DOJ legal teams handling the Bolton lawsuit, Census Matters, Portland protest issues, and more, has announced he is leaving the Department of Justice today, withdrawing from all of those cases. Again, Mars retrograde, I can't defend this anymore. I can't keep doing this anymore because my values are more important. I can't do this anymore. Key U.S. senators back requiring the FAA disclosure of risk assessments after fatal plane crashes. U.S. senators, they have this lady standing up. We're going to back this requirement because we have faith in the law and rules, because we can no longer defend fatal plane crashes and getting away with this. It'll be interesting to see what's going on with Boeing and Delta. I know Boeing is a supplier, but Boeing, Delta. A radiologist with zero credentials for this role was denounced by his colleagues for his falsehoods and misrepresentations of science is helping guide our COVID response. Unqualified people is indefensible. We're going to let everybody know about it because we value your lives. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration will fine JBS USA more than $15,000 for failing to protect employees at its Greeley plant from COVID-19 after 6 workers died and nearly 300 were infected. That was today. The fines are coming. We value our workers, we value justice, and we believe a fine is going to work it. We cannot defend this anymore. JBS USA and everyone like that, they will not be able to defend this. So that's just within like a 5-minute span of stuff that I saw.